welcome back to Storybook Crochet. In today's video we are going to be making these teddy bear baby mittens, and these are for sizes 0 to 3 months. They're super quick and easy to make. You can make a pair in 30 minutes or less. So the yarn that I'm using today is this Chenille Jubilee yarn, and this is a worsted weight 4 yarn. If you don't have this brand, you can find something similar to this, and I'm using 2 different shades of brown for this, but you can kind of have fun with the colors and do some pinks and blues and maybe brown spots for the foot pads. Okay, so I'm also using a G hook. So this is a US size G hook. You're going to need some scissors, you're going to need a yarn needle, and you're going to want a stitch marker. So let's grab all those supplies and we will get started. Okay, so to get started, we're going to start with a magic ring. So to do that, you're just going to wrap around your fingers, and I do this with 3 fingers here, and then kind of crisscross your yarn. So bring this part over the tail there. You're going to insert your hook underneath that piece there, grab your yarn, okay, and then I just kind of hold it on my hook there, and then chain 1. Okay. So after you have your magic ring, for this pattern we are going to make 6 single crochets into our magic ring. So you're just going to make a single crochet like normal, but you're going to go around both of the strings here in our loop. So pull up your yarn and then yarn over and pull through for 1 single crochet. And when using this softer velvet yarn, you want to keep these somewhat loose because it makes it hard to close the opening at the end. So make your 6 single crochets, but keep them fairly loose. Alright, once you have your 6 single crochets made, you're going to take that tail there and just gently pull that closed. Okay, and that finishes off round 1. So we have 6 single crochets made. So we're next going to start with round 2, and we're going to be making half double crochets throughout most of the rest of these rounds. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my stitch marker, and I put it in the last stitch of each round. Some people put it in the first stitch. It's just up to you on where you want to put that. Okay, so for round 2, we're going to half double crochet increase around. So in each stitch, we're going to yarn over, insert your hook into that next stitch, which will be the first single crochet that you made. You're going to grab your yarn and pull it through. It's kind of hard to see with this yarn, but you have 3 loops on your hook there. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So we made 1 half double crochet, and to make an increase, we're just going to put 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch, pull up your yarn, yarn over, and pull through all 3. So we put 2 half double crochets in that first stitch, and you're going to repeat that all the way around. So after round number 2, you should have 12 half double crochets made. Okay, so moving on to round number 3, we're going to start out by making 1 half double crochet in the first stitch. Okay, so there's no increase in that stitch. You're just going to put 1 half double crochet, and then in the next stitch we're going to make our increase. So we'll put 2 half double crochets. Okay, and that's the pattern that we're going to repeat around. So 1 half double crochet and then increase all the way around for round number 3. After you get that pattern repeated for round number 3, you will have a total of 18 half double crochets. Alright, moving on to round number 4. This will be our last increase round. So what we're going to do for round 4 is we're going to make 5 half double crochets. So no increases, just 1 half double crochet in each of the first 5 stitches. Okay, after you get your 5, then you're going to make a half double crochet increase. So put your 2 half double crochets in that same stitch. And then you're going to repeat that pattern 2 more times around. So 5 half double crochets and then increase. Okay, before we move on to our next rounds, let's go ahead and take this center tail here and let's weave that in. You want to make sure this is good and weaved in because you don't want that wrapping around little one's fingers. Okay, so I just kind of go up a round or 2 here on the inside, and you're just going to weave that in a few times to secure that. Alright, once you have that weaved in a few times, just go ahead and cut that off. Alright, and then we can move on to round number 5. Grab my stitch marker here. So rounds 5 through 10 are all exactly the same, and you're just going to be putting 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. So each of these rounds will be a total of 21 half double crochets. So go ahead and work up rounds 5 through 10. Again, that's 1 half double crochet in each stitch around, and we will meet back at the end of round number 10. Alright, you should have your first 10 rounds done. So we have 2 rounds left to go, and we are going to do a series of decreases for round number 11. So we're going to start out with 1 half double crochet in that first stitch. Okay, after your 1 half double crochet, we're going to do a decrease, a half double crochet decrease. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into that next stitch, pull up your loop. Okay, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch after that, pull up your loop. You'll have 5 loops on your hook here. You're going to yarn over and pull through all of those loops. Okay, so we just made 2 half double crochets into 1. Okay, so you're just going to repeat that around. So the next stitch, you're just going to make 1 half double crochet, and then after that, you're going to decrease. Okay, so just repeat that pattern all the way around for round number 11, and this will give you 14 half double crochets at the end of this round. Alright, moving on to round number 12. This will be our last round of the main part of our mitten here. And this time we're going to be making some double crochets. And to be specific, we're going to be making 3 double crochets in each stitch around. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into that first stitch, pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops there, yarn over, and then pull through the last 2. So we just made 1 double crochet. Now we're going to put 2 more in that same stitch. Okay, so we have our 3 double crochets in our first stitch here, and we're just going to do that in every stitch around. So 3 double crochets in the next stitch, and then just repeat that all the way around. At the end of round 12, this will give you a total of 42 double crochets. So go ahead and work your way around with your 3 double crochets, and I will show you how to finish this off. And then after that, we're going to be making the foot pads here. So we'll be making the little toes for our bear mittens. Okay, so once we've come to the end of our last round here, we're just going to find our first stitch that we made from this round, and we're going to just slip stitch. So insert your hook, grab your yarn and pull it through both loops. Okay, and then cut a tail. We're just going to weave this in so it doesn't need to be super long, and then you'll just pull that through your loop. Alright, once you're done with that, just go ahead and take your yarn needle and you're just going to weave that in. And then just cut that off when you're finished. Alright, so the main part of our mitten is finished. We are now going to make the little foot pads. So I'm going to use my darker brown for this. And we will start with the larger one. And you're just going to want to make one of that. So we're going to start again with a magic ring. So go ahead and wrap that around your fingers and cross that over. Put your hook underneath that first one. Grab your yarn and pull it up. Hold that onto your hook and then chain one. Okay, so again, work these loosely over the strings here. So for the large foot pad, or the center one here that goes in the middle, we're going to make 8 half double crochets in our magic ring. Alright, once you have your 8 made, you'll just pull that tail to close that opening, and then you're just going to slip stitch to the first half double crochet we made. So insert your hook into that first one, pull your loop through, and then pull it through your loop on your hook. Okay, so this time you are going to want to cut a little bit longer of a tail, as we will use that to sew it onto our mitten. Okay, so go ahead and pull that through to close that off, and then I just go ahead and trim this back tail off here. Okay, so set that aside, and then we're going to make these small little toes here. So you're going to want to make 3 of these. I'm just going to show you one, and then you can go ahead and make the other 2. Okay, so again, we're going to start with a magic ring. And in this magic ring, we're going to just put 4 single crochets. Okay, so you have your 4 single crochets, so just pull that closed. And then again, we're just going to slip stitch to that first single crochet that you made to finish that off. Okay, cut a longer tail. Go ahead and pull that through, and then trim that back tail off. Okay, so go ahead and make 2 more of those. You'll want 3 total of the small ones, and then we'll meet back here and we'll sew it all together. Okay, so to sew these on, I'm going to start with the big one so that we can get that centered, and then you'll want to sew the little ones, a small one here, here, and here, just kind of spaced evenly. So I'm just going to show you the one, how to sew that on. So grab your yarn needle, and then you're just going to come up through the mitten and then up through the corresponding stitch on the foot pad, and just pull your yarn through, and then you'll just repeat that all the way around. Okay, once you get back to the beginning, you're just going to weave that through the back of that just a couple times to get that good and secure. Alright, and once you're done with that, you just cut that tail off, and that one is sewn on. So again, grab your small ones and then just do the exact same thing. You're just going to sew them kind of around the middle one here. So I put 1 directly above it and then 2 to the side. So go ahead and sew those on, and then I'm going to show you how to make the little tie for the mittens so that they can stay on the baby's hands. Okay, so for the last part, we're just going to go ahead and cut a longer piece of your darker color here, or whatever color you used for your foot pads here. We're going to want our bow to be on the back of that, so it's not on the same side as this. So this will go on the front of the baby's hands like that, and the bow will be on the back. So all I do is go in that, not our double crochet round, but the round above that, our decrease round, and then you'll just take your yarn needle and just kind of weave it in and out, and then pull your string through. Okay, and start that where you want your bow to be placed. Okay, so then we'll work our way around and meet back onto that other side there. Okay, once you get back to the other tail end there, go ahead and cut your yarn to where they're the same length. And then all you got to do is tie your bow. Okay, so if you have some length left over, then you can just trim that at the end. All right, so that is our baby mittens finished. So here they are together. If you enjoyed this pattern, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I really appreciate everyone's support of my channel, and that helps me to keep making more videos for free for you guys. Thanks for joining me in making these teddy bear baby mittens, and I hope to see you in the next video.